Hey guys, welcome to a little tutorial series on building a giant Rubik's Cube in Minecraft with a Minecraft command. And we're going to build our mod in a way that is flexible. So we can call the same mod just slightly differently, run the same mod just a little differently, and get different size Rubik's Cubes. So the one that I'm standing on right now is you specify the face size is how you can we want to build it, where you can call it, specify the face size of these color squares, and then it builds it. So this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This one here is 3, and then I can even just run another one. Let's do size 4. So there's a size 4. Alright, and you'll even notice that there's kind of like a scaling rule that happens with these, the separators between these tiles is what I'm calling them, separators. So this case it's 1, in this case it's 3. Alright, so we're going to have to build this in a really flexible way. And while we do this, I figured I'd help you guys a little bit more in the long run and introduce you to a really fundamental idea of software engineering, which is it's called abstraction. And abstraction, in terms of software engineering, is a process of hiding complexity. So you can see this is my main function that we ran. And the only thing that it seems to be running is this build Rubiks Cube function. Well, build Rubiks Cube function, if we go here, this is my build Rubiks Cube function. This is doing pretty good amount of code, but this function is doing a build tiles function. So let's go to the build tiles function. Oh, build tiles is actually calling a build wall function in this traverse column and traverse row or back traverse row. Oh, okay, let's go to the build wall. That's calling the traverse column or row functions. So abstraction is that process where we can build these you can see these are like sort of like different layers that we've added onto this mod that just make it so that ultimately the goal is just so that you can use high level language. Build Rubik's Cube. You know what that does. It's just very obvious what that does. And the build Rubik's Cube function likewise uses high level language, sort of like English language. So this is build hollow cube. You can kind of guess what that does. So we're building a Rubik's Cube, or building a hollow cube of obsidian here, with the size of Rubik's size, whatever that ends up being. Okay, so essentially when we're breaking this down into these smaller steps, which is kind of, it's sort of like what you do when you're implementing that process of abstraction. You're breaking down your bigger problem into smaller steps that you can, like bite-sized chunks that you can write and test and perfect each one on their own. So, but as you're doing it, what you want to do is you want to think about, when you're breaking it down into steps, you want to think about where you break them up into steps. So you want to break them up into steps where you can reuse these things. So this build wall function, I chose a build wall because you can think about, or it's pretty easy to imagine needing to use a build wall function somewhere else, for like a house or a castle or something like that. And then likewise the build tiles, which if we switch back to Minecraft, the build tiles function handles this, these tile faces here. You could probably imagine another use for that, like a tile floor or something like that. So that's sort of where you want to break these up, and we'll go through that whole process. So in the next tutorial, we're going to start that process of abstraction by figuring out where we can start. And I kind of gave you guys a heads up on all of that, but I kind of want to take you through the thought process that I went through as I was building this. All right, so thanks for watching, guys. Talk to you soon.